Susanna, popcorn. I don't think popcorn is any more than 6 weeks old. I mean, it's just tiny. At what age? It's more like at what weight. They have to be 2 pounds. So, popcorn's got a long ways to go. Alright, Leo's best friend is a dinosaur named Sunny. He's usually kind and he thinks that he's funny. There's only one problem that Leo can see. Sunny sometimes gets grumpy, unfortunately. Oh, do you hear the protests? The dinosaur gets mad when things don't go his way. He explodes like dynamite several times a day. Leo is still teaching him to play nice and share. Their friendship is special. He tells Sunny he cares. Today at the park, Sunny's mood got quite nasty. He was kicking up dirt and swinging from trees. He ran up the slide while the children slid down. He made Jaslyn cry when he acted like a clown. Some folks didn't like it, didn't think it was funny. They told him to stop and try to reason with Sunny. Their parents didn't think Sunny should get his own way, so he stomped off in a tantrum and refused to play. He waved his arms and shouted. He got very loud. The ruckus attracted a sizable crowd. They told him to go as they pointed and stared. Come back when you're polite and willing to share. Later at dinner, when they sat down to eat, Sunny didn't want salad. He didn't want meat. I hate vegetables, he said. I want dessert first. He was still acting badly. He was acting his worst. Leo tried to calm Sunny, but he just walked away. Then dumped toys out in the bedroom and started to play. He was alone for a while before Leo walked in. I want to talk to you, he said, and you need to listen. No one wants to be around a dinosaur that's mean. You only think of yourself so the children aren't keen. To play with you and another thing, that's not good. To play with you and another thing, that's not good. You hurt my mom's feelings when you insult her food. Food and good are not really rhymes, but... Sunny considered the problem. He thought long and hard. He didn't want to play by himself in the backyard. He had fun at the park where the neighbor kids play. He vowed to be nicer. He would change his bad ways. He said sorry to Mom and Dad and to Leo, too. I shouldn't have shouted. I don't want to hurt you. I'll stop being grumpy. I'll quit being my worst. From now on, I'll play nicely and eat my vegetables first. Oh, yeah. And then there's a black and white picture of So this is the end of the Grumpy Dinosaur. Actually, Amy, we read mostly children's books at Storytime. So it's just kind of something that we do. We don't usually read, we're not going to be reading War and Peace here, but it's usually kind combination of those and things like that. Last week we read Eyewitness Cat, and we stopped at the Did You Know. So I'm gonna finish the Did You Know. So, and again, Amy, most of the books that we were here are children's books. Not all of them, but most of them. All right. Did you know? Amazing facts. The cat's nose pad has a unique pattern, just like a human fingerprint. There are more than 500 million domestic cats in the world. A cat's heart beats nearly twice as fast as a human heart. Cats are particularly colorblind, so that red colors appear green and green colors appear red. I'd like to know how they figured that out. In just 7 years, a single pair of cats and their offspring could produce 420,000 kitties. Do you know why we ask to spay and neuter your cats and kittens? That is why. Because we are severely overpopulated with a lot of cats. And, you know, I think we're trying to do our part here with the spay and neuter program. Sir Isaac Newton, who discovered the laws of gravity, also invented the cat flap. Here comes Derecho, ladies and gentlemen. Derecho and Junebug. The flat-headed cat is an expert fisher. Its webbed paws and well-developed premolars grip slippery prey well. Hi, Derecho. Hi, Big D. Says, I am on my way. The domestic cat is the only cat to hold his tail vertically while walking. Wild cats hold their tails horizontally or between their legs. Cats see extremely well at dawn and dusk, which are excellent hunting times. They can see well lit in dim light because a layer of cells called the tapetum lucidum at the back of their eyes reflects light back through the retina. A cat's ear can turn up to 180 degrees. Each ear has more than 20 muscles to control his movement. Hello, Vince. How are you? Welcome and thank you for joining. Almost all tortoiseshell cats are female because the coloring is linked to the female sex gene. And it's not here, but we're also going to talk about calicos. Just about all calicos are female. And I think it's like 1 out of every 20 are male, or maybe 1 out of every 100. I forget what the statistic is. But any male calico is usually, they could be deaf. There's usually some kind of genetic issue. They might be sterile, things like that. On the other hand, orange tabbies. 4 out of every 5 orange tabbies are male. Only 1 out of every 5 are females. Alright. On average, cats spend 2/3 of every day sleeping. So a 9-year-old cat who has been awake for only 3 years of its life. Oh yeah, yep. Cats meow often at humans, but hardly ever meow at other cats. The spots on the back of an African cheetah are so large that they join to form striking black stripes running down its spine. I wish I could sleep that much, Amy. A cat cannot see things that are immediately under its nose because its nose gets in the way. A person who killed a cat in ancient Egypt could be put to death. The clouded leper's canine teeth can be as long as 1 3/4 inches or 4.5 centimeters. The average cat food meal is equivalent to about 5 mice. So when I feed my kitties, my 5 cats, I'm putting down 25 mice. Cats spend nearly 1/3 of their waking hours grooming themselves. Yeah. According to Hebrew folklore, Noah was afraid that rats would eat all of the food he had stored in the ark. So God made the lion sneeze, and out popped a cat. Well, there's a little one coming. There he goes. Here, you're going to see him. There he goes. A cat's color point pattern, where the eyes, face, legs, and tail are darker than the main body, is affected by temperature. The pattern is caused by a gene that prevents color in warm parts of the body and allows color in cooler areas, such as the face, ears, and tail. All right, I'm going to give you some questions and answers. Queen Carly, you just missed her, Stacy. She was out for the longest time. She must have went back into her corner very recently because she was out on that mat. Where was the first formal cat show? It was held at Crystal Palace in London, UK, on July 13th, 1871. Why does a cat wag his tail? A cat will swish its tail when annoyed, move it rapidly when agitated, and twitch it when excited. How well can a cat smell? A cat can smell another cat 330 feet or 100 meters away. Cats smell with their noses, but also use the Jacobson's organ in their mouths. How many claws does a cat have? Cats have 5 clawed toes on the front paws and 4 on the back. Ooh, I didn't realize they only have 4 on the back. What color are cats' eyes? Cats' eyes can be copper, orange, lavender, blue, or yellow. Some cats are odd-eyed, so each eye has a different color. How long do cats usually live? Healthy cats can normally live for 12 to 15 years. Why do cats rub against people's legs? When cats rub against people, they are marking them with their scent glands, which are between their eyes and ears and near their tail. How many teeth do adult cats have? Adult cats can have a total of 30 teeth for grasping, cutting, and shredding food. Kittens have 26 temporary teeth, which they lose when they're about 6 months old. So if you ever find a kitten tooth, you gotta make sure you put it to the kitten fairy. Kitten tooth fairy. What makes it possible for cats to get through small spaces? A cat's head is its bulkiest bony structure. If it is able to get its head through, it can squeeze the rest of its body through a small gap. And now there's a section here called record breakers. There's a few record breakers. Mother to the most kittens. A cat named Dusty holds the record for the largest number of kittens. She had more than 420 kittens in her lifetime. The world's best mouser. Towser, a tabby working on pest control in Scotland, caught 28,899 mice in 21 years, an average of about 4 each day. Now, did they really count all of those mice? The largest cat breed. The largest cat breed is the Ragdoll. Males weigh between 12 and 20 pounds, while females weigh between 10 and 15 pounds. The smallest cat breed is the Singapore. Males weigh about 6 pounds, females weigh about 4 pounds. All right. right. Hair length. Cats fall into three groups, depending on the length of their hair. Long-haired cats have a thick coat and can make them appear twice their actual size. The fur of short-haired cats may be fine or coarse, and the hairs may be straight, crinkled, curly, or wavy. The Sphinx is the only pedigree breed that is hairless. And then they show some examples. We got the British Blue Shorthair, the hairless Sphinx, and the Maine Coon, which is a long-haired cat. That's right over. There we go. Right here. Let me see what else we have here that's cool in here. Places to visit, cat on your own, glossary. I think we pretty much finished that book. But let's do the true or false book about cats. Dr. Evil's cat was hairless. Yes. Evil. You know, I look at this book here, all right, True or False Book of Cats, and it kind of reminds me, the colors and all that, of Hats for Sale. Remember that book, Hats for Sale? Or was it Caps for Sale? Maybe it was Caps for Sale. All right. Hello, Junebug. Junebug's got that foxtail. Cats and people. Thousands of years ago, some old world peoples learned to plant seed and grow crops. They harvested grain and stored it for later use. Soon they had a problem. Armies of field mice discovered the stores of grain. They moved in to feast on it. In some areas, small wild cats discovered the armies of mice. They moved in to feast on the mice that were feasting on the grain. And that was how people and cats first came to know each other. Cats were prized as mouse catchers. Friendly ones were soon prized as pets. Sailors and other travelers learned about these cats. They bought or stole cats and took them home. In this way, tame cats spread all over the old world. Later, the New World was discovered. Its settlers brought their cats. When pioneers moved west, they took their cats. Almost everywhere, cats were treasured as pets and as of the world's best mousetraps. Today, cats still catch mice, but they are mostly valued as pets because they are affectionate, clean, quiet, and easy to care for. See how much you know about these cats. Read each statement in the book. Decide whether it's true or false. Then read the answer. Give yourself a score of perfect or nearly perfect. So here are some pictures. All right. The first question is cats don't like to be stared at. Cats don't like to be stared at. True or false? All right. And then it tells you a little bit about this. Watch two cats lock eyes and stare at each other. The staring is not friendly. Finally, one gives in and looks away. With luck, no fur will fly. To a cat, a stare is a threat. And so it is true that cats do not like to be stared at. Your own cat likes to blink at you, likes to look at you, and it likes to look back, and it likes you to look back. But be sure to blink or half close your eyes. Your cat may do the same. Looking without staring is like blowing kisses. It's warm and friendly. Cats often sit in the laps of guests who don't like cats. Isn't that the truth? Some people think that cats are being mean, but they really aren't. When a cat enters a room, guests who like cats usually stare at the cat. A guest who doesn't like cats looks away. To the cat, this person seems the friendliest one in the room, with the best lap to sit on. Isn't that the truth? That is so funny. Alright, the next one is, a cat that rubs against your legs is saying hello. True or false? And then it says, rubbing is one way that cats greet people. And so it's true that the cat is saying hello. But the cat is also doing something else. It is marking you, and the mark says, this person belongs to me. Cats have special scent glands on their heads and tails. When a cat rubs against you, it rubs its scent on you. Humans cannot smell this scent, which is probably just as well. But other cats can. Cats have a keen sense of smell. They may spend minutes sniffing a person, a rug, or a place where some other animal has been. No one knows what they are learning, but it seems to be very interesting. You know, it's funny because we got one cat who, she will run in front of you and then just park herself right in front of your feet. And I don't know how many times I almost tripped over her. You know, she runs up and then just plops down right in front of your feet. You know, when my wife was alive, she really had problems with that because, you know, she only had one leg. So when the cat would plop, you know, she really had trouble walking, you know, obviously. All right, a couple more. Cat can see in total darkness. True or false? If there is no light at all, no one can see, so it's false. So it's false to say that cats can see in total darkness. But cats don't need much light to see. They can see when you can't. That's why it seems as if they could see without light. In many ways, human eyes and cat eyes are alike. Light enters the eye through a hole called the pupil. It falls on an area behind the eyeball. This area is lined with billions of cells. They sense light and send messages to the brain. The brain makes sense out of the messages, and the person or cat sees. A cat's eyes have extra cells that human eyes don't have. These cells act like mirrors. They gather up light that escaped the light-sensing cells. They bounce the light back into the eye. A cat uses every bit of light that enters its eyes. That is the main reason why it sees well in dim light. Thank you, Tina. Cats can't see color. Cats can't see color. True or false? Like human eyes, cats' eyes have two kinds of cells that sense light. These are called rods and cones. Rods sense dim light, in which no color is seen. Cones sense bright light, in which color can be seen. Even so, scientists long thought it was true that cats cannot see color. Cats are most active at night, when there is no color. I appreciate that, Catalina. Cats are most active at night when there is no color. In hunting, cats find their prey by sound and movement, not by color. So these scientists said, cats don't need to see color, and cannot see color. Today, scientists say that it is false, that cats can see color. Cats do not pay much attention to color, but tests show that they can see it. Many cat owners have long been sure their cats see color. A pet cat may, for example, always choose a pink ball instead of a blue, purple, or yellow one. It can also tell its own bowl by color. A cat's whiskers are feelers. True or false? When people speak of a cat's whiskers, they usually mean the long whiskers on the upper lip. Look carefully and you will see many more. There are whiskers on the chin, over the eyes, and far back on the cheeks. There are also whiskers on the back of the front legs. All of these whiskers are feelers. In fact, they are remarkable feelers. Whiskers help a cat judge if there is room for its body to squeeze through a small opening. Lip whiskers are used in hunting. When a cat catches a mouse, its whiskers surround the prey. The cat senses the shape of the mouse and knows exactly where to bite. Whiskers also help a cat move about in the dark. Although cats can see in the dark, they do not see as well as they do with more light. Whiskers give them extra information about what lies ahead. Thank you for that visual, MK. The whiskers sense air currents. When air currents meet a rock or some other object, they change direction and go around the object. A cat's whiskers sense this tiny change. The cat learns that something is in its path. That is how whiskers work with eyesight to help a cat find its way in the dark. I think everybody's going to know this one. Cats can hear sounds that humans can't hear. Cats have sharp ears and can hear many things that people can't. They hear sounds that are too faint for human ears. Yeah, South Philly types. Like Alma? No, Alma's not South Philly. They hear sounds that are too faint for human ears. They also hear sounds that are too high-pitched for human ears, such as the squeaks of mice. When cats hunt, their eyes and ears work together. A cat holds still, waits, looks, and listens. A tiny rustle, a high-pitched squeal, or a moving leaf may tell of prey. A cat's outer ears collect sounds. They are very good at this. They can be turned forward, sideways, or back. Each ear moves by itself. A cat can turn one forward and one back. Watch a cat and you will see it is always listening. Even a napping cat is listening. If something interesting happens, the cat is up and awake in a flash. Old cats, like old humans, do not hear high-pitched sounds as well as young ones. And I know my buddy Gallant, he really has trouble hearing anymore. He's got some, every now and then I think he can hear some things, but he doesn't hear as well as he used to. So I can talk about him and he wouldn't know. And it was interesting because a couple weeks ago, I was cooking something and the alarms went off, the smoke alarms. All the cats freaked out, but not Gallant. He was still sleeping away because, like I said, he's got some hearing issues. But that doesn't really make a difference. Next question is: cats can sense that an earthquake is going to happen. True or false? Time and again, people have reported that their cats became very upset an hour or two before a big earthquake took place. The cats suddenly rushed about the house trying to get out. Once out, they fled from buildings. Mother cats ran back and forth, carrying their kittens out of the house. Cats don't understand what an earthquake is, but it does seem to be true that they sense something strange, and it frightens them. Perhaps they hear sounds that people can't hear. Perhaps they sense something else. Scientists know that quakes are caused by forces inside the Earth. The forces put strain on rock. When the rock snaps or shifts, an earthquake takes place. Before a quake, many small changes take place in the Earth. Scientists have instruments that can tell them about some of these changes, but they would like very much to know what the cats sense. Now here's some pictures of the kitties getting ready for an earthquake. Look at these little ones down here. Well, I can tell you one thing. They certainly sense thunderstorms. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stretch my legs for a minute. There's a little itty bitty. Oh, Popcorn is asleep. Hi. 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 Oh. Hey, come here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to actually get another soda, but of course they call it pop here. But of course I had to show you this kitty. Look at this tiny kitty. A little bigger than Popcorn, but not much bigger. Sweet kitty. Where's your sweet kitty? Where's your sweet kitty? Huh? Poor sweeter. Alright, let's go to the fridge. It's a little cold in here. Let's put you down. All right. Do I see a Mountain Dew Zero? Oh, yes. Yay. Mountain Dew Zero. I think DW, that is true. I think they do have a... yeah, blends right in. Yeah, that is true. All right. Put my glasses back on. Cats need to sharpen their claws. True or false? A cat's claws are used for hunting, fighting, and climbing. They need to be kept in good shape to be sharpened. A cat sharpens its claws by wearing away or peeling off the outside layer, much as you might sharpen a pencil. The front claws are curved needles. They can be moved in and out. Some of the time they are drawn in and hidden. Some of the time they are out and in use. Oh, there's another kitty right at my feet. Some of the time they are out and in use. A cat sharpens them on trees and on rugs, furniture, and even scratching posts. You may find what looks like a claw in a place where a cat has been scratching. It's an outside layer that came off whole. A cat having a good scratch is also getting some exercise. It is exercising its shoulder muscles and the muscles that move its front claws. The hind claws cannot be drawn all the way in. They wear down as the cat walks or runs, and so they are blunter than the front claws. Cats keep these claws in shape by chewing off the outer layers. So here's some pictures, and then there's right there, right, that's Gallant doing what he does on the furniture. Alright. Cats have a hard time coming down trees. True or false? Using its claws and its strong muscles, a cat can go up a tree as fast as it can run. The hind legs push. The curved front claws hook and grip the tree trunk. But coming down is not so easy. Most cats have a hard time. The muscles of the hind legs are most suited for pushing forward and up. A cat comes down rear first so that its claws will act as hooks, but the hind claws do not grip the tree well. The cat is really hanging by his front claws. To start down is to slide. To make matters worse, a cat has good eyesight. It can see that the ground is far away. A cat may spend hours in a tree, wailing for human help. Finally, it starts to slip and slide down. Once it nears the ground, the cat turns and jumps the rest of the way. Needle nails, yeah, that's the truth. All right, I think we all know the answer to this one. Cats have 9 lives. Like other animals. Hello, Craig. How are you? Like other animals and people, cats have one life, not 9. But cats may seem to have more than one life because they are quick and nimble. They often escape harm when another animal might not. For example, cats are excellent climbers, but they do sometimes fall. In a flash, a falling cat rights itself, twisting its head and body. It stretches all 4 legs toward the ground and arches its back. All this happens too fast for the human eye to see, but slow motion film shows how a falling cat is able to land on his feet. So here's there we go. Cat falling on his feet. Cats have dreams. Scientists have studied sleeping cats, much as they have studied sleeping humans. They could tell which parts of the brain are active. They could tell if the eyes are moving. Rapid eye movement is a sign of dreaming. And they say that cats do dream. Cats sleep a lot, as much as 16 hours a day. Most of the time they are taking short naps, cat naps. They are also settled down for longer sleeps. First there is a long, light sleep. Next there is a short, deep sleep. After that there is a light sleep, then deep. Cats dream when they are in a deep sleep. If you are watching, you will see the paws, tail, or whiskers twitch. The cat may growl, purr, or make other sounds. Probably it is dreaming of catching mice, sitting in a lap, eating a tasty meal, having a fight. But we will never know for sure. Look at all these pictures of the kitty dreaming. Nobody really knows why cats bring home their prey. Mother cats bring mice to their kittens. They use the mice to teach the young how to hunt. Some people think the cats are trying to teach us to hunt by bringing home prey. But this does not seem likely. A cat simply brings its prey down and walks away. It does not show the person what to do with a mouse, a mole, a snake, a frog. Perhaps the prey is a present. It is something the cat likes, and it is something you do not catch for yourself. But the truth is, nobody knows for sure why cats bring prey home. Cat signals its feelings with his tail. You can tell how a cat is feeling by looking at its tail. That is true. So, let's show you this. So, I'm at peace with the world because the tail is like horizontal. I'm feeling friendly. The tail is up and not moving. Now you've done it. I'm really angry with this switching tail. I give up. Don't hurt me. The cat's afraid with his tail between his legs. I'm going to attack. The tail is straight on and it's also puffy. I'm across. That's when the tip of the tail is going. A cat's ears also signal its feelings. Like its tail, a cat's ears are clues to its feelings. So we got a couple of things here. We got I'm relaxed and at peace with the ears straight up. What's that I hear? And that's when the ears are completely up and not turned around. I don't want to fight, but I'll get my ears out of the way just in case. That's when the ears are down to the sides. I'm ready to attack. That's when they move their ears so that the ears are kind of the other way. And then the last one is all is right with the world. Purrs and meows are just noises that cats make. Cats cannot talk in words, but they have many ways of saying how they feel. Purrs and meows are much more than just noises. Purring is a sign of friendliness. Like a human smile, it says, "I mean you no harm." It is the sign of a contented cat. I'm laughing because I got to read you this and I got to tell you about this. A gentle meow or a sound like says, "Here I am, hi," and nothing can be more accurate than that. Because I have a cat named Guinness, and he will announce himself when he's up on the bed or when he's into the room, and he'll do that. Like, "I'm here, it's time to worship me." So that's funny because that's exactly what he does. A louder meow demands attention, asking you to open the door or window or to fix the cat's dinner. A different meow may mean the cat is wet, lonely, lost, or in trouble. "Somebody has shut me in the closet." Oh, I got more. Screams and yowls tell of pain, mating, or a cat fight. Hiss says, "Watch out." When a cat sees prey it cannot reach, its teeth may chatter. This sound means, "I like to get my teeth in you." Some scientists have taped the sounds that cats make. They say cats make a great variety of sounds, perhaps more than any other kind of animal. Listen carefully. You may be surprised at what you hear and learn. And that is the end of the True or False Book of Cats. So let me see what else I have here. Let's see how big this book is. Yeah, so we're going to switch topics a little bit. And we're going to read Ocean Hide and Seek. So really some great pictures of underwater, some great paintings. Thank you, Cat B. I like that book too. And I'm wondering if that was my wife's book. It doesn't have her name in it, but so I don't really know. Alright. The living sea is very wide, very wide, very wide. So many places there to hide where sand and restless sea collide. Really, really pretty pictures in this book. I gotta sneeze, so give me a second. Clownfish colors orange and white. Orange and white, orange and white. Seeking shelter, taking flight. Clownfish hiding in plain sight. Nemo! Get back here, Nemo! Through the darkness, eyes that see. Eyes that see, eyes that see. A cat shark swimming wild and free, hunting prey beneath the sea. Bands of color, dark and light, dark and light, dark and light. A whale shark swimming into sight, fades like shadows in the night. Yes, Catalina, that was very fun. Can you see the whale? Thank you, Steve. There's some serious cat wrestling going on here. There's 4 kittens here. Floating there before our eyes, before our eyes, before our eyes. A seaweed curtain bears its prize, a tiny dragon. in disguise. Oh, is that a seahorse? Oh yeah, it's a seahorse. Tiny dragon in disguise. This is very interesting. Okay. From up above or down below, down below, down below. The light conceals what colors show and makes the shark a sneaky foe. You like me reading? I'm being stared at. Brighten, lighten, give and take, give and take, give and take. Cat B, I read to everybody. You just, anybody who wants to listen is fine. But yeah, a couple of these kitties are watching me while I read them. So, brighten, brighten, give and take. Brighten, lighten, give and take. Give and take, give and take. A bristlemouth knows what's at stake and leaves no outlines in its wake. Oh, there goes the little fox cat. Doesn't Jewbug look like a little fox cat? With that tail. Oh, that's amazing. Shifting, sifting, blue to gray, blue to gray, blue to gray. A school of tangs now swims away, cloaked in colors of the day. In beds of kelp, beneath each swell, beneath each swell, beneath each swell, tiny crabs can safely dwell, bits of weed upon each shell. Clever arms that dip and sway, dip and sway, dip and sway. Like deadly sea snakes seeking prey, predators soon swim away. One of my favorite things here is we talked a little bit before about how each cat has a story. Some of the cats are a little bit more sad or dramatic than others while they got here. And we talked about, how once they get here, their life is changed for the better. One of my favorite things here is to see a content cat that maybe when they came in, they had a lot of needs because they were thin, they didn't eat right, they were sick or injured. But then when they're here and when they have a full belly, when they're no longer so bone thin, they don't have the fleas, you start seeing their personalities. So that's just one of those things where I really, really enjoyed seeing the kitties let their guard down and really be cats, because when they first come in, they're just trying to survive. The orange toupee. I don't know. Alright. I'll have to watch out for her. Seagrass growing, long and thin, long and thin, long and thin. Reveals a slender rippling fin, a tiny pipefish hides within. The fox cat. Actually, Steve, I was talking about Junebug being the fox cat, but Junebug is almost all black, but it's got a lot of gray and white on him now. And he's got that beautiful tail. Let me see if I can find who's orange and whites. Orange and white. Oh, well, it's not Shaz. Gray, brown tiger, gray white, black button lip, gold tiger, white gold dot back of neck. That's Fuzzy Wuzzy and Eggs. Muted calico. I don't know. I don't see them. Yes, Michelle, I've noticed that too. Junebug's colors are changing. Probably because he's getting some good nutrition now. Alrighty. Through dark of night is falling soon, falling soon, falling soon. Along the reef, a brilliant moon reveals the queen in her cocoon. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Steve. So if you look, there's a little jellyfish down here at the bottom. The living sea is very old, very old, very old. So many stories still untold, so many wonders to behold. Oh really? They heard me sneeze, huh? Alright, and there's a couple things for creative minds. When an animal matches the color of its environment, it's called cryptic camouflage. Many fishes and sharks have colors that blend into the water. But what about spots and stripes? On land, a tiger's stripes help it blend in with the tall grass and break up the tiger's outline. This makes it hard to see how big it is. This is known as disruptive coloration. Many ocean animals have spots or stripes, from fish, including clownfish, to eels, rays, and even cat sharks. If you are as big as a whale shark, it's good to have both. Yep. Nothing like playing with your food. Oh. Hey, you. It looks a lot like my Guinness. My Guinness boy looks a lot like that kitty. Hi. Hey, you. Of course, you are little. So we're just about at the end of the book, so I don't think I'm going to start a new book. So I am going to probably get going. As usual, it was great. I appreciate everybody joining in on the fun, and we will do it again next weekend. Next week, I mean. Uh-oh, there's wrestling going on. Did you see the wrestling? Hi, Susie. Shaz. So, everybody have a great night, and I will see you next week. Thank you, Kat. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Alrighty. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Pontia.
I'm heading out too. Good night, everybody.